Right, good morning guys. Hope the microphone's working alright because I've been having a bit of trouble with it. So, quick update on the car. Since we put the camera up, or rather since I put the camera up, it would appear, at least recently, there's no further damage to the car. Now to everybody that's commented on why don't you move and get somewhere more secure, it's because I can't afford to move. We've spent a lot of money on where we are, about 250,000 at least, and that's why we're living there rent free. If I add a rent and then something happens, for example my renters move out in the UK, or my YouTube revenue goes down more than it has done, we're in a sticky situation. Plus once we move out we ain't getting back in, because the family, an extended family, will move into the other home, you can guarantee it. So today got a treat for you. We've been out on my push bike and now we're going out on the motorbike. I keep saying on videos, guys, you know, it's not just about the centre of Naga. It doesn't matter which road you go out, you're going into countryside, blah blah blah. So today I'm going to show you how far away we are from getting out of Naga on a motorbike, and the little just bits and bobs, and have a talk to you on the way. Now when I'm on my bike, you'll see this is where you're going on the front of my helmet. I've never tried it before. Hope it's not going to slip off. I hope it's going to work. I hope it's not going to be at an angle or anything stupid like that. So we'll see in a moment when we start. I don't know, guys. Things I do for you, eh? I've tried to get out and then the heavens open up. Tried again and my camera keeps falling down. The bracket's not strong enough for the weight of my camera. We'll see what happens now. If it drops down, you know, I've got issues. Right, so you've seen me, I've just started from the shop. It's really black over where we're going. I hope it doesn't, heavens don't open up again. The thing is, as well, I've never used my bike in the wet, so I hope you appreciate this. I've run out of videos, and somebody's been, well, one or two, not a great load, but it's been a few asking me to do some videos on my motorbike, which of course is very hard if you've got to hold the camera, which now I haven't got to hold the camera, but it's not staying up so well. So you'll have to forgive me if the camera looks like it's just looking at the floor. I'll keep trying to look at it. Yeah, I think it's alright. It'll be interesting as well because this is on my helmet and it's wobbling, because I'm having to open my visor a little bit because the camera's too low to the floor. I might have to put it down, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it like that, guys. I think it's alright, but I can't keep looking at the screen of the camera and actually watching the roads. As you can see, I've just gone over a big pothole. So, what a lovely day in paradise. I was going to give you a shot looking up at me, because I know you'd like looking at me, from the handlebars to the helmet, but I don't know why I'm shouting, because the hold on, where is it? Oh, it's there. The mic's right next to my mouth. I hope this works out or I'll be really upset. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what it's like to go outside of Naga, and at least a few places you can go, and I'll actually show you. I've remembered to bring a a new battery today, just in case his battery runs out. Now, I'll make it clear, guys, this is a long video. It's probably going to be a long video. So get your popcorn out and we'll show you what I've been talking about, why I love Naga. Because it's a stepping stone to the rest of Bicol. But also I'll show you how dangerous it is to ride in Naga. Yeah, it's not wobbling so much now. Put the visor down. Would be a lot safer if I'd have tied my helmet on as well, wouldn't it? So where we're going through here is the Jeepney Station. You'll see it in a moment. So basically, if you're going to places like Saruma, this is where you've got to come to get the jeepney, and it's not really that far from our house, which is quite handy, I guess, if you're going on a jeepney. But now we've got a car, so we'd go in the car, but it doesn't look like I'll be going to Saruma anymore. Why, Chris? No, it's a long story. So this is where Annie lives as well. This is the jeepney place, vans, trikes. So this is where you'd probably end up. Well, no, this is where you'd end up if you want to go to Saruma on a jeepney. Now, if you are going to Saruma, what you've got to remember is you've got to make it clear where you're going, because if you just say Saruma, not all jeepneys go to the bottom of the hill where the hotel is, and you'll end up being dropped off, and then you've got to end up getting a boat ride over to the hotel. I mean, it's not you know, king's ransom, but at the end of the day, yeah, see, I don't drive like I would drive in the West, guys, by the way. You can't when you're here. You really can't. You've got to drive aggressive and just be like them and cut them up and all the rest of it, because they won't. If you come to a junction, like, for example, do you know how many times I've let people out? They don't even give you a thank you, right? I guess they're shocked because they don't expect it, because nobody lets you out, they just cut you up. See, look at this one here. They expect you to see them and stop. There, see? I'm loving it that you're seeing this. I love it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go through San Felipe. We're going to pass the establishment that you've seen in past videos where expats go for a drink. I'll slow down and show you. I don't believe he's actually open anymore. And then we'll go to the hot springs. There's a lorry pipping at me, right? He isn't overtaking me, I ain't gonna let him. I can see him in my mirror, and there's no way he could go faster than me anyway, so I ain't getting behind him because I'll start choking with the fumes. So San Felipe is the right. If you go straight on, it takes you to Magsaysay. I've got a problem with my bike, it keeps cutting out. Oh, that's because the choke's not fully off. It's got a manual choke on this, guys, can you believe it? So here we go. I love being on my bike. I'm a lot more confident on my bike, believe it or not, than what I am when I'm in the car. When you're in the car, there's the traffic you got to contend with. If you're going through a city, it takes forever until you get out in the wilds. But even then, it's not, you know, plain sailing. But when you're on a bike, you can get to places pretty quick. I hope the audio's alright. There's a bit of wind coming through my visor because I can't shut it because of the camera. I hope you can see alright. Let's have a look. Yeah, you can see what I can see anyway, apart from a lot of the sky. I've got to be very careful and keep my eyes on the road because people walk in front of you, dogs, cats, kids, people pull out. And a lot of the time, guys, for people that's not been to the Philippines before, there's a lot of houses built right on the main road. So when they come out the front door, they're basically on the road. And they'll just walk out, and a lot of the time they don't look. You know, when I was a kid, there was the Green Cross Cold Man, you know, showing you the do's and don'ts. But obviously we're not in the West. See, they just walk across. They expect you to see them, and you've got to be vigilant, because anything can happen as you're going along the road. There's something wrong with this. It's trying to cut out. So we're nearly in San Felipe. And San Felipe, there's one or two expats live here, because there's some nice houses. If you look over there, look. The subdivision, there's a nice subdivision, which there's always houses for rent, guys. There's always houses for sale, and you got to look out for the expats selling the houses, because sometimes it's because they've broke up and they need to sell the house quick, and you'll get a bargain. There was a guy, well, not recently, maybe 1.5 to 2 years ago, he bought a house on here. I think he paid 5 million. He sold it for 3.5, just to get rid of it. And don't forget, if you marry a Filipina here, you can you know, a lot of people think you've just got to walk away from the land and the house you've bought. You don't. If you're married, it's 50-50. You can go to court, which they can't afford to do, and you could force them to sell the house, unless you've got kids, of course. Then that's a different story. Because I looked into buying land again and buying a house the other day with a lawyer about putting my kids on the deeds, and he said, yeah, no problem. And would it be their house? Yes, it's their house, but the mother would be the overseer. I can't think of the right word. Whatever. She'd obviously look after the property until the kids were 18, and then the property would transfer to them. So if I buy anywhere, that's actually what I'm going to do. That's the cockfighting place we just passed. I'm talking, I'm not looking where I'm going, and I could have looked there too long and that bike would have pulled out in front of me and I'd be dead now. Listen to all the trolls going, yay! We aren't so lucky. Right, also along here, guys, is that flower farm. Now, I'm going to have to get a new drone, I really am, and that's not a begging. I'm not asking for money for the trolls out there. Doesn't matter if I say that or not, they still just say, oh yeah, I know you know, whatever. It's very windy, guys. I hope the wind's not interfering too much. It's blowing me about a bit. So you can see both sides, guys, fields, right? You go over there, fields, nothing. Coconut trees. It's brilliant. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, this is the way to the hot springs. So I'm going to show you the hot springs. I'm going to go in, but I'm not going to go down into the hot springs because they'll make me pay. Even though I've brought a load of foreigners to the hot springs, they wouldn't even reduce the entry fee for me. I mean, I didn't do it initially for that, but I was a bit peeved when they knew who I was second time, and you know, didn't make a small gesture. I shouldn't really be telling you where the hot springs is, should I? No, I'm not like that. So here we go. So I hope you can see the mountain. Oh my god, this wind, it's gonna pee it down, guys. I hope I can get this done before it pours it down. I've ordered a little jet wash so I can clean my bike down, so it doesn't matter if it gets wet, you know, if I'm caught in the rain. I can't not go out on it because it's been raining. Well, that's what I am, you see. I don't want this bike to be wrecked like the other one I had. So there's a carabao. Now you see, as I'm saying this, guys, and you know, you're listening to me rattle, you're probably back in the West and you're not retiring for quite a few years, or you're near retirement and it's killing you, and it's cold and wet and high taxes, and of course we've got the COVID. So on the other side of the foot, you can't get in because of the COVID. And I feel for you, I really do. I mean, if somebody asked me what would be the worst thing could happen to me in the Philippines, and that would for me to be leaving the Philippines. And if it was up to a lot of these trolls, they'd love that. So we've passed the cockfighting place. We're well and truly in San Felipe. No, actually we're going out San Felipe. Sorry, I'm looking at I'm concentrating on the cars in front, guys. You've got to be so careful. I was behind the car the other day on my motorbike, and his brake lights didn't work. I know where he's coming from though, because that's what happened to my car as well. My brake lights didn't work and I didn't know. Obviously, unless somebody tells you, you can't press the brake and watch your brake lights unless you get somebody else to press the brake. So Spring Resort, that's the new resort. Yeah, along here, guys, there's loads of, well, not loads, there's about I keep saying loads, don't I? I'll have to stop. There's one or two resorts, more than one or two actually. There's a good half a dozen resorts along this road. I don't know, even before the well, I can't say that, I should stop saying, even before the alleged pandemic, they were struggling to make money. I would imagine if the hot springs is open, which I've got no reason to think otherwise, they'll still be making money because it's popular. The problem is, I think the entry fee's gone from 200 pesos to 300 because they can't have as many people in the resort. See, they're burning the fields off. Whoa. Now what I've noticed lately as well is there's more activity around Naga and outside of Naga. It's as busy as what it was before the actual pandemic. The other thing I've heard is Manila's shut down again, which doesn't bode well, does it? So there's no indication that Naga will be shutting down again, but you never know. You just don't know what's what's going to be next. I mean, I've got my views on it, but unfortunately I can't voice them, so I have to be a good boy. Otherwise I might be facing that situation I don't want to face. There you go. Now, there's a lot of overtaking on blind bends and brows of hills here. I hope you can see the mountain a little bit more. That's actually where Malabsai Falls is. We're coming up to the flower place that we showed you on the video, I think, on the right hand side. Oh, that's handy. Breeze blocks. Talking of breeze blocks, if you're ever building a property here, be careful, because if you, I think they've gone up. There were 9 pesos when I wanted some. But I think the flower place is here, guys. We've just passed it. The 10 and 12 peso breeze blocks, they don't put a lot of cement in to save money, obviously, to make money on the blocks. More money on the blocks. It's starting to rain. Oh god. And the camera's not waterproof. I might have to pull in, guys. There's a big black cloud above me. Sorry if you can see my hands. Yeah, I'm heading towards the black cloud. It's moving away, thank god. You see, it was pouring down in Naga, and it's obviously not been raining here. It's just bitting at the moment. I'll leave it. I wish my visor spread out a bit. You see, even the kids, they're on a bike at the side, they'll just turn round in the middle of the road. La 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 la. Welcome. Right, we're in a different barangay, and I missed it. I've got to watch the road, guys. I'm sorry, but it's a bit too dangerous not to. Anything can happen. So a little bit further up this road, and we'll come to the hot springs on the left-hand side. But before there, I'll show you a resort. They were refurbishing the pools. They've got 1 or 2 pools. I think they've got about 4 pools altogether, different sizes for the kids, etc. And we'll finish up in Kararayan, where I used to live when I first come to Naga. We'll see if we can just drive into the subdivision without the guards stopping me. We'll see if Edward's in. I wish this pandemic was over, because what I was thinking of doing before it started was go to the local colleges or colleges and see if I can find an eager student to help with videos and thumbnails and ideas, camera work, that kind of thing. I mean, the danger to that is, for me, is eventually they're not going to be able to provide the services, and I'm not going to be able to do what they're doing unless, of course, I'm being taught as we go along, which pretty lazy. You see, I realised when I first come to the Philippines and I was going round and spending loads of money to get to places and stuff, and then not getting reimbursed for what I'd spent to do the video, that perhaps it wasn't worth it. So I changed tack and started doing the videos I did. Then I met Mel, so it didn't really matter, because people keep saying, why don't you do similar formula to your old videos, you'll get more subscribers and views. And it's like, well, I don't think I would, because I got no, I mean, go back and look at the views on my old videos, you know, 998,000, 1,200. You know, I wasn't getting many views, guys. So I don't know. I'll still pursue that, I think, and sort of perhaps, you know, if I can get somebody to do it, and then they're going to leave, sort of get them to train somebody else to do it. So I've got somebody and pay them a day's wage, because we'd probably get, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos in a day, I guess. I don't know. See the dog? That could easily run in front of you. You've got to be ready to stop. I will say the handling of this bike, it's amazing, really good. It's a school to the left. You're only supposed to do 20 kilometers at the most through here. Sometimes when the school's on, they'll be saying 10. So here we are, guys. I'm going to turn left here. I'm going to show you a lovely place that I love. Now if I turned right, that'll take me to Cararayan. Now the hot springs is still up the road away, but I know some of you like these videos, and they like to go around these places. Now I keep getting asked, you know, is Naga safe? Naga is one of the safest cities in the Philippines. If you look at statistics online, I'm not even going to go near a certain place, and if you've followed my channel for a while, you know where I'm on about. Can't stand it, I hate it with every bone in my body. And places outside of there, of course. But obviously when you come to the Philippines, if you're going to be stupid and not take proper precautions like you would in your own country, here's no different anywhere else, guys. You know, I'd stick my neck out and say and I'm not just talking about London, I'm talking about Birmingham, Leicester, places like that. They're very dangerous at night, because there's that many illegals in the country now that never used to be. You know, you can say what you want about the Philippines in a negative way, but at the end of the day, you ain't coming here if you're an illegal, because they've got this place locked down. You know, you do anything silly and you're out. As simple as that. You know, these people are intelligent, they're not stupid. You know, and the arrogance of some foreigners when they come here is just unreal. I don't know why I geared down again. This is where I want to show you guys, and hopefully, because there's been a lot of rain, it'll be quite high. Now there you go, Casa Aphelia Resort. It's closed at the minute. It's got closed on the door. I'll turn round. There's kids playing, look. Now you can actually go down here. They're asking for money, look. The local barangay. I don't know, I think it's maybe 10-20 pesos, something like that. But they ask for money so you can, hold on a minute, let's take it out of gear, guys. They ask for money so you can go down here, and there's places to swim, there's places to sit. You know, they've got them little cabin things. Look at him, he's washing his bike in the river. So the water is crystal clear, but I don't recommend you drink it, because these these places here, they're all the way up the river, and you know where the effluent ends up. So look at this, guys. The black cloud's gone, I'm pleased to say. I'll lift my visor up instead of lifting my head up. There you go. I love it. When I was in Carolina, I used to ride my bike here most mornings. It's a hell of a way on the bike. Anyway, let's go and show you the hot springs.
What is it, babe?
Welcome to Naga City. Please subscribe to Brit in the Philippines.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.